Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're trying something pretty interesting, taking four quite different finance books and sort of mashing them together.
Yeah, pulling out the core wisdom. We're looking at ideas that are very, logical, almost economist-style thinking,
Right, the rational side.
and blending that with the more, human side. The psychology, the emotions behind how we handle money.
The goal here is really to give you the essence, the key takeaways from all these perspectives combined.
Exactly. A shortcut, if you like, to building wealth in a way that actually makes sense for real people without getting bogged down in just theory.
Okay, so let's dive in. A really big idea, maybe a starting point, comes from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This concept that the wealthy don't just work for money.
Mm-hmm.
They have their money work for them. It's about building assets that generate income.
It's a fundamental shift, isn't it?
Yeah.
Away from just trading time for a paycheck.
Absolutely. And, the fast lane to financial freedom takes this even further, quite aggressively, actually.
Well, it calls traditional jobs traps, essentially, because you're locked into that time for money exchange. Real wealth, it argues, comes from control.
Control. Meaning what exactly?
Building scalable businesses, systems that can make money, even when you're not actively working.
Yeah.
While you sleep, as they say.
Okay, so systems and scalability.
And crucially, this ties back to the Rich Dad idea of assets versus liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes it out.
So your house, maybe not always an asset in this view.
Well, not if it's just costing you money each month, mortgage, upkeep, all that. It might appreciate, sure, but from a cash flow perspective, Rich Dad would often label it a liability. The key is accumulating things that generate income.
That's a really useful distinction. But then how does our own thinking, our psychology, fit into this?
Yeah, this is where the psychology of money is fascinating. It argues that your success with money isn't so much about how smart you are. It's much more about how you behave. Patience, humility. These are often more important than raw intelligence.
That feels very true to life.
And if you layer on Charlie Munger's ideas, his investment wisdom, it reinforces this big time. He talks constantly about avoiding cognitive biases.
Those mental shortcuts our brains take.
Exactly. Like confirmation bias, overconfidence, all sorts of traps. He pushes for things like inversion thinking about what you want to avoid.
Thinking backwards.
Yeah, and building this broad, multidisciplinary understanding. A lattice work of mental models, he calls it. It all points to humility, discipline, thinking long-term.
And the psychology of money also touches on something important here, doesn't it? That everyone's financial view makes sense to them based on their experience.
Right. No one's crazy. Your background, your personal encounters with luck or risk, they shape everything. And luck and risk, they play huge roles we often underestimate.
Rich Dad also warns about mindset blocks, right? Fear and cynicism.
Definitely. He sees those as major obstacles, preventing people from even starting down the path to financial independence.
So we need systems, asset focus, and the right behavior, the right mindset. What does this mean for someone actually trying to build wealth?
Well, the psychology of money offers a really interesting contrast. Getting wealthy often involves taking risks, being optimistic, maybe a bit bold.
Okay, so you need some appetite for risk initially.
But staying wealthy, that's different. It requires humility, frugality, maybe even a bit of fear, the fear of losing what you've gained. It's a different skill set.
That's a great point. So what is real wealth then, according to these perspectives?
It's often what you don't see. It's not the flashy spending. It's the savings, the investments, working quietly in the background.
Financial freedom, basically.
Exactly. The ultimate goal, maybe the biggest dividend, is control of your time, being able to choose what you do when you do it.
And compounding plays a huge role here, obviously.
So, absolutely. But as Buffett shows, it really needs decades to work its true magic. Patience again.
So be patient, allow for compounding. What else?
Always leave room for error. Things go wrong. Plans need flexibility. And maybe the most practical point from psychology of money.
Yeah.
The best financial plan isn't necessarily the most mathematically perfect or rational one. It's the one you'll actually stick with. Consistency is king. A reasonable plan you follow beats a perfect plan you abandon.
That makes a lot of sense. So looking across all these ideas, it's clear building wealth isn't just about the numbers or the strategy.
Not at all. It's deeply tied to mastering your own psychology, your behavior, understanding what an asset truly is for you, and valuing that control over your time.
A powerful blend of the rational and the human.
So the challenge for you listening is maybe to think about these insights.
Yeah.
How could you redefine what financial success means for you? Is it just a number?
Or is it something more like having real control over your choices, your time,
Yeah,
and maybe starting to think about building those systems we talked about?
exactly. Food for thought.